the air in the dining room choked with the sour tang of spilled wine. The glass shattered at my feet, its crimson contents bleeding into the rug. My wife Clara stood across the table, her laughter sharp as a blade, her words still ringing in my ears. Ugly and poor, Daniel? Honestly, what did I ever see in you? Her sister Elise sat frozen, her fork halfway to her mouth, eyes wide with something I couldn't name. Pity, maybe, or something darker. Then Elise's voice cut through, low and deliberate. Then let me take care of him. The room tilted, and my heart lurched, a sickening thud against my ribs. What the hell was happening? Clara's laugh died abruptly, her lips parting in a silent gasp. I stood there, dumbstruck, the weight of her words sinking deeper, each syllable a fresh wound. Ugly. Poor. The kind of truth you bury under years of marriage, under shared mornings and quiet nights. I wanted to scream, to demand what she meant, but my throat was sandpaper. Instead, I stared at the table, at the half-eaten roast, the flickering candles casting jagged shadows on the walls. The room felt too small, the air too thick, like I was drowning in the silence that followed Elise's words. Clara's eyes flicked to her sister, sharp and accusing. What did you just say? Her voice was a hiss, barely controlled, her manicured nails digging into the tablecloth. Elise leaned back, her expression unreadable, a faint smile curling her lips. You heard me, she said, her tone soft but laced with something dangerous, like a blade wrapped in silk. If you don't want him, I will. My stomach twisted. I looked between them, my wife and her sister, two women I thought I knew, now strangers in their own skin. Clara's face flushed, her eyes darting to me, then away, like she couldn't bear to meet my gaze. Elise, though, she held my stare, her dark eyes steady, almost challenging. I wanted to believe it was a joke, a cruel jab to rile Clara, but there was something too raw in her voice, too intentional. My mind raced, replaying the last few months. Clara's late nights at work, her distracted glances, the way she flinched when I touched her. Had I missed something? Had I been blind? Elise, stop it, Clara snapped, her voice cracking like thin ice. This isn't funny. She turned to me, her expression softening, but it felt forced, like a mask slipping into place. Daniel, she's drunk. Ignore her. But Elise wasn't drunk. Her glass sat untouched, the wine still as a mirror. She tilted her head, her smile fading into something colder. Am I Clara? Or are you just scared he'll finally see you for what you are? The words landed like a slap. Clara froze, her breath hitching. And I felt the room shift again, the ground unsteady beneath me. My mind scrambled for purchase, for some explanation that didn't tear my world apart. Clara had been distant, sure, but we'd been married 8 years. Weren't all marriages like this? The late nights, the curt replies, the way she'd started locking her phone. I told myself it was stress, her new promotion, the long hours at the law firm. But now, with Elise's words hanging in the air, those excuses felt flimsy, like tissue paper in a storm. See me for what? Clara's voice was barely a whisper now, her eyes locked on Elise, not me. I wanted to speak, to demand answers, but my voice was trapped, my chest tight with a fear I couldn't name. Elise leaned forward, her elbows on the table, her voice low and deliberate. A liar, Clara. A cheat. The word hit me like a fist. Cheat. My heart pounded, a dull roar in my ears. I looked at Clara, waiting for her to laugh, to deny it, to call Elise insane. But she didn't. Her face crumpled, just for a second, before she caught herself, her jaw tightening. You don't know what you're talking about, she said, but her voice trembled, betraying her. Don't I? Elise's eyes flicked to me, and for the first time, I saw something like guilt in them. Tell him, Clara. Tell him about Michael. Michael. Her boss. The charming, polished lawyer who always lingered too long at company parties, his hand brushing her arm, his smile too warm. I told myself it was nothing, that I was paranoid. But now, the memory of those moments burned, each one a spark igniting doubt. The late-night texts she'd dismissed as work. The weekend conference she'd insisted on attending alone. The way she'd started wearing perfume again, a scent I didn't recognize. Clara, I said, my voice hoarse, barely mine. What's she talking about? She turned to me, her eyes wide, glistening with unshed tears. Daniel, it's not what you think. But her words were hollow, her hands shaking as she reached for me, then pulled back. Elise is twisting things. She's always been jealous, you know that. Elise laughed, a sharp, bitter sound that cut through Clara's plea. Jealous? Of you? Oh, Clara, don't flatter yourself. She stood, her chair scraping against the floor, and walked around the table, stopping beside me. Her hand brushed my shoulder, a gesture so casual it felt obscene in the moment. Daniel deserves better. Someone who sees him. Really sees him. My skin prickled where she touched me, a mix of revulsion and confusion. Elise had always been kind. Too kind, maybe, with her late-night calls to check in, her offers to help when Clara was too busy. Had I misread her too? Was this some twisted game between sisters, or something worse? Stop it, Elise, I said, my voice low, trembling with anger. Both of you. Just tell me the truth. Clara's tears spilled over now, her hands twisting in her lap. There's nothing to tell, she whispered, but it was a lie, and we both knew it. The air was thick with it, the weight of secrets unspoken, of trust fracturing like glass. Elise knelt beside me, her voice soft, almost tender. I saw them, Daniel. At the hotel last month. Clara and Michael. I didn't want to tell you like this, but you deserve to know. The world stopped. The dining room, the candles, the shattered glass. All of it faded, leaving only the image of Clara, my Clara, with another man. My chest burned, my breath shallow, as I stared at her, waiting for her to deny it. But she didn't. She covered her face with her hands, a sob breaking free. And that was answer enough. Why? The word tore out of me, raw and jagged. Why, Clara? She looked up, her face streaked with tears, her voice barely audible. I didn't mean for it to happen. It was a mistake, Daniel. I swear I love you. Love. The word felt like a mockery now, a hollow shell of what it used to mean. I stood, my chair clattering to the floor, and stumbled toward the door, my vision blurring. Elise called after me, her voice sharp with urgency, but I didn't stop. I couldn't. The house, our house, felt like a cage, every corner filled with memories now tainted. Outside, the night air was cold, biting at my skin, but it couldn't numb the ache in my chest. I leaned against the porch railing, my breath ragged, my mind a storm of questions. Had I failed her? Was I not enough? And Elise? Why had she said those words? Let me take care of him. Was it pity or something else, something calculated? Behind me, the door creaked open, and I tensed, expecting Clara's voice. But it was Elise. Daniel, she said softly, stepping closer. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hurt you. I turned, my anger flaring. Then why say it? Why now? Her eyes met mine, steady, unflinching. Because I've loved you for years, she said, her voice breaking. And I couldn't watch her destroy you anymore. The confession hit like a second betrayal, twisting the knife deeper. My wife, my marriage, my trust, all shattered in one night. And now, Elise, offering herself as salvation, or perhaps a new kind of ruin. I stared at her, the woman I'd called family, and realized I didn't know her at all.